Hello, my fellow Fall of the Samurai players. Have you ever wondered what Fall of the Samurai would look like without avatar mod? How would it be without range upgrades on line infantry, without speed upgrades on Shogitai, or without melee attack upgrades on cavalry? I wondered actually, and I was really interested in that, and I'm still is. That's why this weekend Gerudo Flash tournament was classical FotS battles. So I'm not ready to make any conclusions yet, but I'm going to show you 2 or 3 games from this tournament and try to discuss what's going on in classical battles. Okay, this first game was played in the first round between me and Pointman. I got Eizu clan and Pointman got Satsuma clan. And I don't know if he has any experience with classical battles, because I certainly don't. This is my first game. And before we even go any further, this is stupid. You never line your units like this. If you want to line your line units with your melee, you put your line on the front, so they can shoot and then your melee will attack. But whatever. You know, this was a really hard week for me, and to make it more clear, I would say that you can easily replace me with a monkey in this game, and I apologize for Pointman for not bringing him the game he deserves. My micro was absolute trash in this game. But still, there is a thing to discuss, there is a things to show in this game. So I will probably start with army compositions as usual. I have 2 Shogitai, I have 2 Spear Levy, I have 2 Shogunate infantry units, I have United States Marines, Royal Marines. By the way, I didn't know you can spam Marines in classical battles. I have 4 Yariki, some of them with upgrades, some of them not. I have 2 Shogunate Guard Cavalry and Melee General. That's what I have. And as you can see, this is army I usually use in my avatar games, avatar mod games, with some changes. And Pointman got something interesting here. This is what I was expecting from classical battles. I didn't bring Tosas or sharpshooters myself, but this is a smart thing to do, because line units in classical battles don't have 150 range upgrades, and skirmishing units are actually worth bringing on the field. He has 150 range, so he can actually kite me. And you know, from the very beginning, this is probably a mistake on my part. I should have just rushed him from the beginning, because in prolonged fight he has an advantage because of his range advantage. But well, my mind wasn't that clear, so I decided to get behind this hill and use it as protection from flanking. And I thought that maybe I would push in this forest and I will get an advantage here. Well, let's see how it goes for me. Should I speed this up? I probably should. He has 3 units of line infantry. By the stats, it looks like this line infantry is Black Tortoise Force. He has 2 Yarikachi Gun General and 2 Imperial Guard Cavalry on different flanks. On his right flank he has line infantry and line infantry here in the forest, and 1 more Yarikachi here. So I lose 1 cavalry unit in this bad engagement, and you know, I have one how do you call it? I'm actually afraid to disengage my cavalry lately. Because I don't want to exploit this cavalry bug by any chance. I will slow this down because we have two engagements going on at the same time. So here on my left flank I baited his cavalry to engage, and I had two cavalry units in the forest. But you see how bad my micro is. I choose this cavalry unit, but I didn't choose this one. I got this into the fight and just went to another flank, and I just forgot about that cavalry. So I take unneeded losses here. I still win cavalry fight, and because of this United States Marines, but I could have done much better, obviously. Here I got his cavalry, one of his cavalry units, but because I should disengage here and flank more, but as I said previously, I don't want to accidentally cav exploit. So I just don't disengage my cavalry at all. And I don't know, I have to think this over. I have to test cavalry, this cavalry exploit more. I have to know if I try to disengage, would I kill his units or not? I don't know this yet, and until I got this tested, I don't want to take chances on this. So on left flank I got a little win. I destroyed 2 cavalry units, I believe, while having all my forces intact. I have 3 cavalry units and United States Marines.
Sir,
On this flank I lost 3 units of cavalry. And Point Man still have 2 of his units alive. Here I lost half of my Shogitai unit and my spear levy, and still didn't manage to heal his Yarikachi. Because you see, this is like in the game against Spara I showed you. He has his line in this lens. And I'm attacking here, and I just shouldn't have done that. Because he has 3 units shooting, and my units actually aren't in position they should be. So I'm managing here. And when this started, I actually started attack on the middle, because I thought, well, I have my cavalry free, I can use my United States Marines while his line infantry far away. I can break the middle. But because I was managing right flank, I did another mistake here. You see, one of his Yarikachi, one unit of his Yarikachi, actually tangled up my Shogitai and my spear levy at the same time. And you see, how bad can I be? Oh, this is awful. I try to charge his line infantry and I charge his Yarikachi. This is awful. And you see, what should I have done here? I should have flanked it with Shogitai. I shouldn't have engaged with Shogitai at all, because he has his Yarikachi as a shield, and he has 3 of his line units shooting at my melee. This is awful. And there is another thing I actually didn't know. Not here. No. Oh, he didn't use it. But at this point, I actually discovered that I have nil fire. Well, you see how stupid I am. I mean, I just don't know the classical battles at all. I know nothing about this mod, and I didn't know that all my line units have a nil fire from the very beginning. Oh, yeah. And obviously I didn't mean to disrespect Pointman or any other player with such a bad well, you know, when you're really bad and you go into the tournament against good players, it's a bit disrespectful. And I didn't mean that, obviously. It's just that I didn't have time to prepare. That's what I was looking for. I didn't prepare for this tournament at all. And this is why appointments have to suffer this game. Because you see how I did okay at the start. This trap was okay. This fight was almost okay, but the things I do in the middle, this is awful. There is even nothing to really to comment or analyze. Well, obviously this is the clear example of how you should not engage in a melee fight. He has a unit with good morale stopping me, and he has 3 line units shooting from its back. And I didn't manage to charge his line with my cavalry to stop it from firing. I played this awful, really awful. And look at this United States Marines, 11 kills. Awful. Here, United States Royal Marines. Well, I have to prepare better next time, because this is just wasting time of my opponents. You don't play like this. But overall, I should say my composition could have worked. It could have, but overall, Pointman brought the composition I would expect from classical battles. He actually has some skirmishing component. He doesn't put a lot of money in his cavalry because I will stop this for a moment. You know why cavalry and melee is such a strong thing in Avatar mode? Well, it's still a thing to discuss, but I think melee builds are strong in Avatar mode because of specialized upgrades. In classical mode, you can't put your money in speed, or you can't put your money only in melee attack. When you upgrade your unit, you upgrade all of his stats a little. And that's the reason why cavalry not that strong in classical battles. And your melee can't actually get to enemy's line as fast as it would in Avatar Conquest mode. That's why melee is strong in Avatar mode. But overall, and yes, from what I have seen on this tournament, line are much stronger in classical battles. Unicorn attack aren't agree with me, but I felt like classical battles look a little bit like Napoleon Total War, which I bought on sale this weekend. I was playing single player, and I really like it. Well, I play DAS mode. I think it's cool, but I like, so far I like multiplayer of Fall of the Samurai the best. So basically that's all I wanted to say in this first game. And you know, as you would expect from the first try, a lot of strong players didn't play their best in this tournament. Because people play Avatar mode and no one takes classical battles seriously. But it's still interesting to play because, how should I put it? Obviously we're not game designers, but it's still good to understand the game you play and to get your position straightened up. So you can, when you engage in some discussion on forums, you can tell that you like this and dislike this because of that and because of that. You have stronger position on thing. That's why I hosted this tournament, and I think it was a nice experience. And I think I will stop at this point and go into the next game. I hope this wasn't boring, and as usual I hope to see you again on my channel. Have a good day!